Hi guys, how are we doing? Hope everyone is well. So it's been a while since I've done one of these live chats, and today I want to talk about you, as always, and what your reality is right now. So as the title suggests, is not accepting your new reality holding you back. So it's specifically talking about maybe one of the reasons why people see it as a real uphill challenge to start a health and fitness regime again. And it's to do with your past, and it's to do with where you are right now and how different those circumstances both are from each other. And actually, you expecting as much of yourself right now as what you were expecting of yourself, 10, 15 years ago. Now, it has formed from speaking to people and just listening to people. And one thing I hear people talk about a lot is what they can't do. So it's like, I can't get to the gym as much as I used to. I can't do my favourite hobby, or I just generally can't. I haven't got time to cook from scratch anymore, and things like that. And what they're focusing on is obviously what they can't do, and they're comparing what they can't do to what they used to be able to do. They used to be able to do all of that, and it's people that 10, 15 years ago that were in great shape. They were looking great, they were feeling great, health was in order, and it's generally because they had a lot more disposable time back then. They probably didn't have dependents, they didn't have kids, they weren't married, probably they weren't as busy with work, they didn't have their own business, and now circumstances have massively changed. They've got kids. So they're putting them as a priority. They're running their own business, so it's all on them. If they don't do the work, then it will fail. So the circumstances have changed, and this is kind of what I want to get across to you guys today. That if you're thinking about starting, but something is always holding you back, is it because you're thinking that you have to do what you've previously done? When actually the reality is that your circumstances now are so different from what they were 5, 10, 15 years ago, is that it requires a fresh approach. It requires a new kind of direction that you need to head in. So, for example, you used to be able to get to the gym 5 times a week. Now, it might be realistic for you to set a target of saying, right, if I can get to the gym 2 times a week, that would be brilliant for me. And then I will just have to make sure that I stay active with the kids, so I can track my steps, for example. And I can maybe squeeze in a home workout. And it's an absolute bonus if I can get to the gym 3 times a week. With regards to the cooking, you can't just simply cook for yourself anymore. So you might have been all right eating kind of a very strict regime of maybe bland food that would get you certain results. But now, as a family, you have to cook still very nutritious food and yummy food, but for the whole family. But does that mean that you still can't get results? No, absolutely not. You just have to kind of adapt yourself. And with regards to all of that, accept the new reality. So find a hobby that you can do either by yourself or that you can do with your kids. For example, for me, is one of the things that I can do as a hobby with my kids as well as by myself is golf. Okay, it's lucky, thank God, that Lucas likes playing golf. So, we do a lot of golfing, and that's staying very active. It might not be the exercise we always talk about, but it's staying active. So one thing I want to basically summarize and say to you guys today is stop putting so much pressure on yourself, thinking that you've got to start a health and fitness regime like it was for you 5 and 10 years ago, when circumstance for you was so much different. You had more time, you didn't have the dependence and things like that. Now priorities have changed, but does that mean you let your health and fitness fall by the wayside? Absolutely not. It just means that you set yourself new targets and new goals. So the frequency you're able to train or go to the gym isn't necessarily going to be as much, but you've just got to adapt it to suit your lifestyle, and to make sure that you're realistic. So that's just one thing I've noticed from people talking today, and them beating themselves up and giving themselves a hard time, because they can't do what they used to be able to do. Well, instead of focusing what you can't do, let's focus on what you can do. Once you focus on what you can do, and also once you accept your reality and where you are, then you're able to progress, then you're able to excel. And then you will start to feel okay with that, and hopefully see some progress further down the line.